Good morning, everybody. Wow. What's the deal? Okay. What's the deal? You tell me. It is Thursday, November 18th, 2021. 10 o'clock in the morning here in Glendale, California. Absolutely beautiful day. I can't tell you what a gift it is this time of year to have this beautiful weather. We're going to talk about the weather all morning with DJ Doug Pound.
Morning, Tim.
Good morning, looking sharp.
Thank
and
you.
Vic Berger.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, no.
Oh.
What was my voice last? Hello, everybody.
That was your new catchphrase.
Catchphrase. I'm going to try it out.
Hello, everybody.
It's going over good so far.
Producer Matt. Controversial stuff from producer Matt this morning.
Oh, yeah.
As usual, texting some opinions that we disagreed with. Style things. Design ideas. We got a huge show today, ladies and gentlemen. I couldn't be more excited. He's here in the studio. I'm just going to introduce him right now. I'm not going to do some kind of traditional monologue like you might have on the Jay Leno show. Going into and doing a couch bit with showing the different weird typos in America's newspapers out there. Poor people that are just trying to do a job. They're just trying to get home and see their family, and they get a typo in their newspaper. Now Jay Leno's goofing on them. Why don't you let these people live? People are not perfect, Jay. Alex Winter is here. The great, the legend.
Good to be here. So good to be here.
How about that?
Thank you.
This all began, I've been following you on Twitter, a fan of your documentaries, I think almost above all else.
Oh, thank you.
Certainly aware of you as an icon, a legend of cinema.
Yes, with a capital C.
Three
Lowercase.
Bill and Ted movies.
Yeah.
Yes.
Three and out. Are we ever going back?
Who knows?
I don't. We're not breaking news.
It's late stage capitalism.
Yeah.
We'll probably make 15 of them.
Was there ever a Bill and Ted's animated cartoon?
There was. There was a Bill and Ted. Keanu and I voiced this first season. Actually, so did Carlin.
Oh, wow.
And the cool thing about the cartoon, it was made for Hanna-Barbera, was the rest of the cast was like all the laughing people. So it was like Joanne Worley and Artie. It was like Jonathan Winters. It was crazy.
Really?
Wow.
Yeah, I was totally starstruck. I was
In
like,
the
why
90s.
are you here?
Would you guys record it together?
Yeah, out at Hanna-Barbera.
Get
It was
out.
super weird.
I do VO stuff. I do cartoons. You never see anybody.
I know. That's the new day and age. But
Yeah.
yeah, those days it was like the old Hanna-Barbera in Burbank. It was very...
Like a radio play.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Yeah.
George Carlin. Let's talk about him for a sec.
Yeah.
What was his vibe?
He was pretty understated off camera. Kind of not... Like Jonathan Winters was... You would go get coffee with him and he was like monologuing in your face with like spit flying everywhere.
He wasn't like just doing the VO.
Yeah, but
Like
I just
not-
mean his
he wasn't-
persona, his off-camera persona was super aggressive in Jonathan Winters.
Right. He was on.
He was always on.
Right.
And he's amazing, but you just got the hell out of the way. Whereas with Carlin, he was not like that at all off camera.
Quiet.
He was really quiet. He was really gentle. Really lovely guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was all cleaned up by the time he worked with you.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was, always kind of stuff going back and forth, but he was a kind of a sober personality,
Yeah.
period. He was just grounded.
Maybe not super. I mean, he must not have been super comfortable to be on a movie acting as a actor. Like,
he was
not in his own thing. It wasn't
Right.
his thing.
I think that's true, though. With Bill and Ted, it was really only the first time he had done a role.
Yeah.
So it was exploratory for him.
Yeah,
It was really early. It was just like, I just want to come hang out on set, see what it's like.
Right.
Keanu and I were completely intimidated at first because he was such a giant culturally at that time. And we were really happy to have him because tonally it was so right for the movie. Like we wanted the film to be.
Yeah,
and some of the names that were floating around for Rufus were really terrible and terrifying. But he wasn't.
Give us one. Give us one.
I mean, it was like
Matt Carlin. Just kidding.
It was just people that wouldn't have been right, even
Right.
if they were, like, I'm now caveating the shit out of this,
Right.
but like, even if they weren't people who we didn't like,
Yeah.
Sean Connery was amazing, but we were like, oh, well, that's kind of time banditsy.
Yeah.
Charlie Sheen was floated around, and
Too young.
That made sense for a lot of reasons. And Carlin just kind of embodied the sort of weird off-kilter nature of the movie that was what we thought we were aiming for. And he had this attitude like, look, I don't know how to act. I'm just going to come have fun. You guys tell me if I suck.
That's good. That's good.
And so he was really modest and really, really lovely, actually. But yeah, I don't think he saw it as like a new career. Or
I like the people now that are saying like, if Carlin was around,
oh, dude,
he would be
that or Zappa because of having done Zappa. Like every dumb thing that happens in the news, are like Carlin would set him straight. Shooting people with an AR because they're talking shit.
Yeah,
Carlin would have a lot to say about that. He would set them straight.
I saw this old because I kind of am off it now, but I was on this kick of watching old Johnny Carson that they show on this what's it called, Pluto, this Pluto app.
Yeah,
they show the full episodes, which I think is great. It's not just the best of, but they had Carlin on from the '80s, and he was there to promote. He had made a pilot for HBO. Did you ever see his pilot for HBO?
I don't think
it's
so.
a sitcom.
I definitely have not seen
set
that.
in an apartment.
Yeah,
and it's not. I mean, it didn't get picked up. Let's put it that way. But it's on YouTube. It's like Apartment 2. And
I'll have to check that out.
Bobcat Goldthwait is in it.
Oh, great.
And it's just a weird thing.
Yeah, I love Bob.
You know him?
Yeah, very well. Well, Bobcat was in Freaked, our movie Freaked back in
Let's
92.
talk about Freaked.
He was the sockhead. So I go back a ways.
When we announced you, there was a big rush of excitement for various reasons. But one was Freaked. And I was like, I didn't see Freaked. I didn't know. It was, you know those things that are just like a blind spot? Like, I think it was
a really lovely way of talking about a film that was buried. Tim. Nobody saw Freaked because it was not released. But
people adore it.
Yeah, they found it over the years.
And I watched some clips this morning. I was like, oh, this would have been, if I was exposed to that movie when it came out, with 93.
Yeah.
I would have been in like a junior. It actually might have been just a little too, like I might have been a little too old.
Yeah.
Because by when you're a senior in high school, like you don't have that kind of enjoyment.
Cringe capacity.
I'm too into like serious things.
Exactly.
I'm too into like Martin Scorsese movies and you know. But looking back in that clip, I was like, if that would hit when I was like in 8th grade, 9th grade, that would have been my movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's eventually what happened is we ended up coming out. We just got caught up in a studio regime change, and it was a very weird movie made for a pretty high price. And they were like, what the F did you do? Go away. Goodbye. Take all your shit.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
Did you wrote it?
Yeah, Tom Stern and we had a show on MTV called The Idiot Box. It was a sketch comedy show.
Right.
And we basically took all of that and made a movie out of it. And I had just come off of Bill and Ted, so there was all this interest.
So you had a little bit of sway.
I had some cachet, and they were looking to do something. This was not at all in that world. Sam Raimi had been sort of mentoring us and helping us at that time.
I could see the Sam Raimi
There's
vibe.
a major influence there. Yeah. Mad Magazine, Evil Dead 2 is kind of a compendium of all of those things that interested us. But Tom and I were directing together at the time, and so he and I wrote it with Tim Burns, and Tim was the main other writer on The Idiot Box. And then a bunch of the actors that were in The Idiot Box were in it, like John Hawkes and Lee Ehrenberg and a lot of people.
Wow, John Hawkes, cool.
And then Bobcat came in, and Keanu was in it. So, I mean, we had a lot of fun.
Mr. T.
Mr. T was the bearded lady.
Yeah.
Yes, he was. Yes.
I just watched his clips. There's a clip where when Mr. T first shows up, and who's the guy?
Randy Quaid.
Randy Quaid.
Yeah.
Wow, working with Randy Quaid.
Yeah. Well, that was the before times.
Yeah.
But,
but he goes, what's the line? He goes up and meets Mr. T. Goes, I think you'd be better without a dick.
Yeah. That's
he goes,
right.
hey, and he goes, but you can keep the beard. He goes,
yeah.
It's like that's a great little stupid scene.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we have to do a show right now. We're on.
Oh, great. Oh,
we're
geez.
online.
Okay.
Let me just say, Alex is here. You're just hanging.
I'm hanging.
I'm gonna pepper in questions about all kinds of things.
Cool.
June Millington is zooming in today.
Amazing.
We dipping.
And who's that? Who's that? A little group that you know I love and care about and have talked about on this show, Fanny. Ain't that peculiar? Like fucking hot. Red hot shit, baby. She's calling in. We'll talk about we'll tell a little story about when Matt asked her and what her reaction was. It was very funny, very cute. Let's do City of the Day. Oh, let's say hi to the hothead. Can we get a hotheader? This is a call-in show, by God.
Yep.
Yeah.
Manages to barely be a call-in show. Well, we have Alex Winter in here. Frankly, God bless you folks, but do I need to hear from you?
All right, 317.
But I know you want to talk to Alex and you want to talk to Doug about what he's up to.
317. You're on the air.
Boys, this is one of those great shows where the boys are trying to find a way in with their drops and they can't.
No, we can't.
Good luck.
I'm just enjoying the conversation.
Right.
Hello, 317. Are you there?
We're breathing.
Next caller.
Is Luke? Are we up on the?
Hey, hi there.
All right. Okay, let's try 847. 847. You're on the air. 847. Are you there?
Hi there. Hi. Hi.
I don't know what's going on, guys.
All right, well, let's take a zoomer while you guys figure that out.
All right, let's talk to our old friend Gray Niner. We haven't seen him in a long time.
Gray Niner back in the cab.
Wow.
Okay.
Gray,
He's back in the cab?
How you doing today,
He's
guys?
back. There he is.
look at this. So, Alex, we have a big fan here as a truck driver.
Can you hear me
Alright.
okay?
He's hauling. Yep.
Where are
we
you
can hear
driving?
What's that?
What are you driving now?
I don't know, just generic groceries, I think.
Is it a semi truck or is it a pickup?
I really have no clue. They don't-
Okay, thanks, Gray. We're losing you. We're losing you,
Sorry,
Gray.
Gray Niner.
I do want to talk to Gray Niner about the
Yeah.
supply
I
chain.
know. Let's
Leave
get
it
some.
alone.
Let's get a
I
better
heard that
connection
they're
with
hiring
that.
like 17-year-old truck drivers now because there's a truck driver shortage.
What the hell?
Alex, we put some psychedelics in your coffee. I hope you don't mind. What about Travis Boys Venue?
Yes,
Thanks for talking
Travis.
to
I
us.
think Travis has some Garfunkel talk. Is that
Ooh.
right?
You ever see yourself making a Garfunkel documentary?
I do not.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I just have a couple very minor topics that you guys might find amusing. The first is, do you know the name of Art Garfunkel's biography?
It's called
I should know. It was a
Illum.
gift.
Illumin.
Everything is
Everything.
It's called
Luminous.
What is it all? What is it all but luminous?
Yeah.
Oh,
What
you
is
were
it?
close.
Yeah. What is it all but luminous? It's insane.
Yeah.
I bought it for a bunch of friends one year because it's
Right.
like, it has its own font that he developed, like a handwriting font,
Okay.
and it's all mixed. It's full of poetry. It's full of these random anecdotes. It feels like he kind of wrote it in one direction and never went back to look at it again. Just
Right.
sort of like
Why not?
push it out,
Something like
right?
starting from the beginning feels
My second thing, second quick thing. I was in New Hampshire a few years ago, and I saw a local cover band. I saw a poster for them, and they were the band cover band.
Mm-hmm.
And the name of this cover band, it was the band.
That's genius.
That's very good.
Yeah.
I
The
didn't
third
like that
thing-
documentary so much. The band
Last Waltz?
document. No, the band document. Once
That's
for
the Last
Brothers.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, right.
It was
yeah,
just
The
a
I haven't
Robbie,
seen it.
Robbie Robertson.
yeah. It was just like it was from Camp Robertson. It was
Right.
like his version.
The last word.
I think it was actually called. I think it was actually called. Once were brothers. Robbie Robertson in the band. Like
Right.
it was one
right.
of those deals. Like,
Right.
anyways,
You guys are dead, so you can't say anything.
Yeah.
One of those.
you can't contradict me.
Yeah.
And Garth Hudson's the only one left, so he's sort of just
Yeah.
like, I don't want to get
Yeah,
involved.
I'm not getting involved.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to see Levon up in Woodstock playing. He was
really?
great.
Oh yeah, his book is really good.
Cantankerous fellow.
This Wheels on Fire. His biography is really good.
Yeah.
Could I go back to Garfunkel? I just wanted to see like how many books do you think he's read so far?
Oh,
What is
he's
he
got
up
that
to?
list, right?
He's got a list of every book he's read.
Does he? Is that on his website?
Yeah. Yeah.
What? So
Most recent one is Strong Men, Mussolini to the Present.
I think he's perhaps prepping for a political run. Garfunkel.
And he was reading Mary Trump's
I've been
book.
reading Mein Kampf, which reminds me of Paul a little bit.
The lesser talented.
Yeah. How many books total?
His lifetime.
Jeez,
there a
I'm
number?
bad at this. 12,000.
Oh no, it's only 1,300. Is only. It's not. It's lower than I thought it would be.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
I've read 4 books. All right. Well, thanks for that. By the way, I'm sort of like, I was talking to the guys today about Paul McCartney. Speaking of Paul's, he's running out of stuff to talk about. I don't know if you've been
he's
picking up.
everywhere.
He's
though.
everywhere.
It's
and
crazy.
He put out this lyrics book, and then he's got a Get Back documentary coming out.
Yeah.
And I was like, he just will, and now we're like hanging on every word.
I know.
And it's like, this morning I woke up, put my feet on the ground and walked, and then, sat down, took the trousers off.
Yeah.
Had a shit, and then I wiped my ass, and then people are like, uh-huh.
But that's kind of that generation when it discovers technology. Like I've noticed with my mom, who's of a similar generation, she was always anti-answering machines, anti-everything.
Yeah.
But once you've discovered email and the net, now they just talk about shit all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Like it's just because they can.
Yeah. But with Paul, it's
this
like,
amazing device where I can say things and the world is listening to them, no matter what I say.
He's doing it in front of an audience, like
That's
at these
true.
speaker series things.
Yeah, documentary series.
If you want to steam broccoli, you just got to put it in boiling water. That's the key. And people are like, what?
Wow. There's a living beetle.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And I always think like, I don't remember. I don't know if he remembers or he's just remembering what he's talked about already.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the core memories gone.
Yeah.
It's just remembering hearing his own anecdotes over and over again. I'll see that. I can't wait for that Let It Be movie though. Holy cow.
Yeah, anything is still it's pretty great to have him around.
Yeah.
You want to hear about his bagel? We have,
Oh, this is fun. Yeah, this is a good example. Watch this.
So I'll take a bagel.
I'll take a bagel, yeah.
Often you
That kind of way. Like, what the hell are you talking
Absolutely.
about?
So you've got a top and a bottom, 2 middles. 2 middles. So you can get 3 sandwiches out of that. So then the bottom.
Wow, I did not know that.
I did hear this from a source, a true source, that
lettuce.
it's not a fun thing to hear, but this came from somebody that was pretty close in the Rolling Stones camp.
Right.
Knew those guys kind of well. And this would be like more recently, but they would say, they'd run into Paul at certain things if they're like in the Caribbean or something, or on their private islands or something. And there'd be a little bit of like, here comes Paul. This is going to be a little boring. It's not the most fun hang.
Yeah, well, that was always the Beatles-Stones rivalry, right?
right.
The Stones were the ones that the groupies wanted. Nobody wanted to be with the Beatles.
Right.
Somebody told me that about Eric Idle too. Like he always he shows up and then he plays The Right Side of Life, or what's that song?
Bright Side.
Bright Side of Life. He brings his
And it's a little
It's
like,
like
There's some
we've heard this
famous
before.
story about David Bowie going to hang out with 2 fashion icons on their island in Greece for a few days, and they booted him out because they thought he was so freaking boring. I think they expected him to kind of like swan in, and just like have this decadent, wild, and he was just like having tea and reading books. They just booted him out.
We love these guys. Come on, folks. Who else is out there, Matt? Do we want to try the hothead again?
Yeah, the guys in the back say it works.
And we do need the city of the day. Let's get that city of the day going too.
I like
All right,
quesadilla.
310. You're on
Quesadilla.
live.
Quesadilla.
If I want water, I'll just fill up the glass, and put an ice cube in there.
Sam, are you there?
I'll cool it down for a little while, and then the ice melts, right? Which makes the glass cold. Yeah.
Sam, you're on the Hothead Hotline. Can you turn down your YouTube?
Oh,
Is this Sam Raimi? Are you coming in to contradict Alex on his freaked influences?
He's actually in Freak,
Hello?
so he can't complain.
Yes, Sam, you're on the air
hello.
right now, live.
oh, wonderful. Wonderful to be here. Alex, who made the claymation intro for Freak? Did someone notable, right?
They're notable because they're awesome. It is an artist named Dave Daniels, and Dave did work on the Peter Gabriel video.
Oh, Sledgehammer? Those?
Yeah, he did a lot of the stuff in Sledgehammer, but Dave did our opening for the Idiot Box, and he pioneered a technique called strata cut, where he literally builds the whole story into a loaf of clay and cuts away the layers, so it's actually 3-dimensional. So the camera's like moving around the loaf while the story's being told through. It's genius.
It's like lost art stuff, right?
Yeah,
He's still going. He's still making great stuff. So we saw him. We did a freaked event at the Egyptian Theater about a year or so ago, and he came out for it. He's super talented. Yeah, super.
So
talented.
then I have two other things. One of which is the most lasting effects from Freaked in my life is the characters I and I, because it's just one of the dumbest jokes ever to have money thrown at it.
The other
you
jokes
know?
are much more intellectual. That's true.
I saw
But
the
it's
clip. Like I
just
said, I was
hilarious.
watching
Great.
some
And then-
best of clips. Excuse me. I was watching some best of clips. And, the airplane thing where the kid gets sucked out of the airplane, then the wheelchair goes. It's very like a little Zucker Brothers.
For sure.
A
Yeah,
little,
we loved all
classic
that stuff. Yeah, Police, all of that
Yeah,
stuff.
Police Academy.
But I and I was like, we were big reggae fans, and our close friend Andy Hawkins, who had this band Blind Idiot God that did all the dub music that's actually in Freaked. So we were often, I guess in this day and age, you couldn't do that without being shepherded out of the room, but we would often talk in Rastafarian speak.
Right.
And that's where those jokes came from.
I like the thing that happened in Jamaica called reggae.
Well,
Thank you, John.
You had another
I
question
hope-
there, friend?
No, I was just going to say you're always talking trash on Frank Zappa, and I understand because
Here we
in
go.
the 80s he became a big creepy misogynist. He meant well, but I really think if you check back to the early stuff and the mothers and get Alex to tell you, it's really important politically, creatively, formally.
Did he change though in the 80s? Though wasn't he kind of old?
I actually like.
He actually got better in the 80s.
Yeah,
way worse in the 60s.
No,
I actually don't have a big problem with
Bobby
that.
Brown is garbage.
Yeah. No, I know.
Well,
Yeah.
I loved his
Bobby
political.
Brown is garbage.
Thank you. Hang up on this idiot. Bobby Brown is garbage. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, that's
The
a
song,
song
Bobby
by
Brown.
Frank
Oh,
Zappa.
I'm thinking like. Yeah.
That's not politically
Yeah.
correct.
Well, all right. I love what Frank Zappa did with his politics. I was a big fan of his the stuff he went to Congress about, and I was a big fan of his book when it came out in the 90s. He had that great
the
book.
Frank Zappa book, yeah.
And I just personally don't gel with the music. I don't like his music.
Yeah,
Okay,
fair enough.
I thought your documentary was fantastic.
Yeah, thank you.
And I have gone back to the old. I've gone back to what people consider classic Frank Zappa. It's not for me. Guess what? That's life.
Yeah, but you should do it again.
Okay, I'll keep
I'm just
trying.
kidding.
I'm 46 years old at this. It's like I know what I like.
Just do it again.
Yeah, I'll go back. I mean,
for God's sakes, man.
And there's so much, and I went through and I click on something. I go, no. No.
Yeah.
But
here's the thing with docs. It's like you don't make. I mean, I guess some people do. I wouldn't make a documentary because I love this music and I want everyone. Like you make a doc because someone has internal contradictions because they're not easy.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna make a movie, if you're gonna spend years making a movie about someone, you're not doing it because you're like, I think their music's awesome and I want everyone to enjoy it. Like that's kind of a dumb reason to invest lots of your time.
I finally saw the Sparks documentary that everybody was talking about.
Yeah.
I thought it was good, and I was never a big fan of them.
Yeah.
I should. It's one of those things where I think I should be. I should. It's certain, like it's checking off certain boxes, but I don't think I became a fan after the documentary. I didn't.
It's a really fun movie though, isn't it?
I thought it was great.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily need to see some of those people's opinions. You know what I mean? There's some talking heads in there where you're just like, move on, please.
Yeah.
But God bless everybody. I wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Just listen to Zappa again.
Yeah. And I think what I appreciated about Sparks was their commitment to their own craft and their commitment to their creativity and each other. Yeah. And the keeping at it and the consistency of just like this is what we do every day. That whole side of it. And they're just the way that their creativity took them to so many.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do with Zappa. Was like what interesting about Zappa was like someone making a commitment to make that kind of art at that period of history, and how hard that was, and what consequences there were. That's what's interesting to me. I mean, you can not like the music at all, and I find that just really fascinating.
Yeah, it's totally nobody like it. Nobody like him. So I think find examples of me being disrespectful to Frank Zappa. I don't think you'll find that. I think you'll find me being honest. Grateful Dead's another story. I think that's big con job.
I'm not talking about that.
But the big news that just dropped online was this Jonah Hill, a friend of ours, friend of mine. I would consider him a friend, not a close friend, but certainly a friend if I saw him. Would there be an embrace? Has just been caught. Has just been. I just say he's been caught. Has been caught being cast as Jerry Garcia in Martin Scorsese a film about the Grateful Dead, and that's just. Who knows what that's going to be? I don't know what are they going to do?
Do we know that it's a film and not like a 400-part series?
Right. That's what it might need to be. But like, are we? What period are we talking here? Are we like late 80s, 90s,
That would be the best.
diabetic coma Jerry Garcia?
Or is it like posthumous Jerry Garcia?
Well, how old is Jonah Hill? What is he, like,
He's
40? So it'd be...
I think he's younger than that.
Young?
Yeah, he's a
Mid-30s.
90s kid.
Yeah. What's going to age him up? I don't know. There it is.
Why don't we, you want to clear the decks, get this City of the Day? 'Cause
Yes.
June will be on in a few minutes.
Okay. City of the
Like
Day
move this thing along.
is brought to you by. This is exciting. Steve Millerland. Move over to Dollywood. There's a new theme park in town, but this one doesn't have roller coasters, trains, or museums. We're talking 1 square acre of stuff that Steve Miller fans like. There are 4 bars to choose from, 1 in each corner, 2 dive and 2 sports bars. There's a park in the middle, a perfect place to trip out, and a peaceful meadow if you want to sleep one off. Whether you're a joker or a toker, there's something for everyone. Visit the garage and work on your Harley, or bring your guitar and join the jam session on the outdoor stage. What is this now? This goes on and on. So I skip. This theme park is not
Try a little bit. Racing through it.
not a
Don't
musician.
fly
That's
like an
cool.
eagle,
You can
you know?
operate the stage lighting. Sign up for the joint rolling contest, or just sit back and fly like an eagle. There's plenty
Is
of.
this real? Is this real? Okay.
We can't say.
If you want to,
I'm disappointed that it's
this theme park is not affiliated with the Steve Miller Band. It was started by Smokey, just a guy with a farm and a dream. So come hang out. There's no cops, but you might want to bring your old lady so she can take you home when enough's enough. Steve Miller Land is open 24 hours and is located in Kankakee, Illinois, just off Route 17.
Kankakee.
Huh?
It's okay.
Kankakee, Illinois. All right, turn it up, dude. That's Steve Miller Land.
I like when I slave over an ad. And then,
I just got an alert. Donald Trump Jr. is back on Cameo today. He left it.
What do you mean he was off?
I guess he was
banned?
done with it. Yeah, now they said he's back.
Like, have you
He's back
seen these
on.
videos of him where he's like this?
Yeah, they're all like that.
They had to pull him down. Yeah.
Fully closed.
Yeah.
Fully closed.
Yeah. It's just,
All right, you're live. Hunter Biden, man.
Or he's in the middle of a lake by himself.
Is he still with that? What's
with
her
a
name?
bag of
I
cocaine.
think so.
There's
Yeah.
Kim Guilfoyle?
Kim, yeah.
Yeah.
Kim Guilfoyle? They're
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
Do you think she's slept with
She
the big
loves
man
him.
himself? You
Though,
think
clearly, she loves him.
she loves him, but do you
Yeah,
think she's
it's
slept
just
with
about love, I think.
Do you think she slept with the big man?
Many
Yeah.
of those.
All right, let's give
Oh,
our
wait, hold
Nooner
on. Let's
a
clear the-
chance. We got to get our City
Oh,
of the
yeah,
Day.
we gotta-
City of the Day is
Sponsor, Eric Nooner.
Auburn, Kansas.
who now?
Auburn, Kansas.
Right.
Auburn, Kansas. There you go, folks. Right in the center of the country. That's God's country. That's corn country.
It sure is. A lot
Where
of
is
wheat.
it? Where is it in the state?
It's northeast, so a little bit near Topeka. So right off of I-70. Got about a town of 1,000 people. We got 8 churches. So always something to do on
Wait,
Sunday.
You have 1,000 people in 8 churches? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, it's
And
great.
Pews be filled. What particular affiliation are you associated with?
I am not. I'm an ex-Mormon, so
Oh.
I do not attend.
What do you do out there in Auburn, Kansas?
I hang out at the gas station and I work, and just really enjoy the small town life. You know, there's
What
not
do you
a lot
do
going on
for
here.
work?
I'm an automotive journalist. So I write about cars and
That's cool.
and things like that. It's great.
What's the future of the automobile looking like these days? What are we excited about out there? Who's got the brand new car that
There's a lot of
everybody
talk
needs?
about all this EV and electric stuff, but I'd I'd like to see us go back to steam.
Steam?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that a viable thing? Is that somebody looking into that?
I'm not sure. I've been trying to get a hold of Elon. He hasn't returned my calls.
I wonder if we're talking to a credible journalist here.
Well, I see a diploma in the back there. What's the diploma you got there?
I have a degree in English.
There we go. So,
okay,
the real deal.
What about a solar car? I saw one of these solar cars that looks pretty neat.
Wait, for real?
Yeah.
I think solar could be an option, but you don't want to deplete the sun of its energy. Which is exactly what these solar panels are doing.
That is not a concern I have.
There's only a finite amount of sun.
That's like when Trump was saying there's a finite amount of energy in your body, and so if you that's why he doesn't work out, because he's like, when you work out, you're depleting energy, and there's no way to repair it.
And the other thing was he was flapping his hands so much during speeches that's his workout.
Finite amount of time that Donald can spend on Cameo.
Okay. All right. Well, good luck to you. Thank you for supplying us with the city of the day. Any questions for Alex Winter?
No, I did. In high school, actually, in German class, we did watch Ted and Bill's Excellent Adventure. I'm not sure why it was.
You know what, man? You know what?
Have you ever heard
It's Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Hey, did they name that theater in New York after you? I know you're a Broadway guy. The Winter Theater.
The Bill Garden.
Is that where? Isn't that where Cats was always at?
I saw the premiere of Cats at the Winter Garden. The very first show.
Wow.
And I'm still bathing my eyes in acid. I do that.
There was that joke that Norm Macdonald had about. He said, this weekend commemorates the 10th anniversary of Cats being on Broadway, and also the 10th anniversary of guys going to their wife. What the hell is this shit?
Seriously, yeah.
I don't like it.
Excruciating.
The movie? Did you see the movie Cats?
No, I've not seen Cats again after seeing it at the Winter Garden.
You got to see that movie. It's
35
wild.
Or whatever year that was.
Do some edibles and watch that that movie. It's fantastic. It's a
But I'm glad your German class was showing Ted and Bill. That's
that is
awesome.
a disgrace. How dare you?
I'm extremely sorry, and I hope that you can accept that apology.
I can. Yeah.
Thank you.
Clear the decks. Do we have our?
She's
not. Is she having cold feet?
Of all the films, why would the German class show that?
That's where I was going, but I kind of lost interest.
Yeah, we got
It was the German overdub.
Hey, Vera Drew's up here in the Zoom. Should we say hi to Vera if she's interested? I don't know. She might be busy.
How could she not be?
She want to say hi real quick? Vera?
Hello.
Hello. What are you, Vic Berger?
Hello. Hey, everybody.
Hello. Hi, everybody.
Vic got that from me.
It's true.
He's making fun of me when he does that.
I'll stop then.
What's happening?
Nothing much. I'm actually working on your show right now.
Oh, yeah? Episode 9?
Yes. Yeah.
Don't
Big
say
one.
anything.
I won't. People do
just-
not know what they're in for.
Let's just say how good Deck of Cards was last night, and Exposed, which you were both responsible for, and just a high watermark, I think, for us.
I think Exposed is like my favorite on cinema thing that I've worked on. It's been really cool seeing screenshots. I forgot how dumb it was until this morning when I saw screenshots of giant frogs and spaceships and stuff.
Yeah. No, it's so packed. I kind of I remember we shot it very, very efficiently, because you'll see that there's lots of. It's basically, you figured out once you have a teleprompter, you can kind of fly through stuff. You know what I mean? You just go tracking in one after another, and we were laughing so hard when we were just. And I thought well, this is going to be so easy for you to edit. It's going to just come together so quickly. But then you go not overboard, but you go kitchen sink with the edit, with all the graphics and it's a full on. You got to see this. It's like a spoof of Unsolved Mysteries or something. But
that's great.
It's all we did is just take Wikipedia entries from UFOs or whatever and just paste it into a teleprompter, and so you're getting all that stuff that's in Wikipedia's, which is just the year and converting from metric to standard.
The box office returns on the adaptation of Whitley Strieber's Communion.
Yeah, just filler, just full on filler. Yeah. What's happening with the People's Joker?
I started showing it to people. I screened it a couple weeks ago.
Greg gave me a report that it was very good.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, you know me, I hate myself, so I'm not bragging here, but like the general consensus is like, I don't know how you did this, and this is going to be huge. Like, what the fuck is
right?
So
that's great. Well,
that's where I'm at right now. Just trying to finish it.
You got to finish it. Get over the hump. Any? Do you need any advice from Alex?
No. Sure. I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan.
Oh, thank you.
That was why I tuned into the Zoom today. Huge fan. I like Bill and Ted 3 was like literally like the high water mark of last year for me. Like just felt like
a terrible
so
year.
healing.
It was, yeah.
You know.
It was a high water mark of a toilet bowl of a year. But I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Vera, I have June Millington standing by from the legendary rock group Fanny, so I must say goodbye to you.
Oh, thanks for having me.
All right. Check out Vera Drew on Twitter and everywhere else. One of the greats. And now I'd like to welcome to the show a true honor. I think I'm actually quite nervous, so you might have to help me out, Alex.
All right.
Because June Millington from Fanny and life itself is here. June, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
I can. I can hear you. I can see you. You're actually in a recording studio. What are you working on?
Oh gosh, a whole bunch of stuff. I have a new album coming out soon, and of course, the whole Fanny thing is exploding. We'll be on Bill Burr's Thanksgiving show of F is for Family, animated Fanny.
That really?
Amazing.
Wow.
How did that come about?
He's a big fan.
As
it turns out, yeah, and he had his people contact us.
Well, that's not fair. I want to be the big Fanny fan in the world. I don't like this. I don't want to be on the Bill Burr bandwagon.
Yeah, man, get on it.
Well, where do I begin? So is that your studio, or is that like where are we?
I'm in a studio right now.
I want to come in and track some stuff with you.
Yeah, you should. You really should. We're in Massachusetts, and we have an SSL board. We have 2 ISO booths, 2 studios, a performance area. It's really quite grand. It's the magical kingdom.
And so do you have people come in through there? Like you have bands come in, and you're an active studio.
Perform and record, and we do rock and roll girls camps in the summer. It's a big deal. It's like $1 million facility after we moved in here right after 9/11, and we started to convert everything, put up yurts, and
Wow.
do the whole magic thing.
What are we, like Western Mass?
Yes.
Yeah. In the mountains.
So we're 20 minutes to Smith College, if you can think of it that way. The 5 colleges area: Amherst, Smith,
oh my
UMass,
God!
right?
This is where I'm doing my next album.
Yeah, that sounds pretty magical.
You really should. It would be a blast. Oh my God!
Some days I feel like I am dying, and there's like a Make-A-Wish Foundation vibe going on, because I just like. I don't know. I'll tell you my story with Fanny, and then we can talk about your story with Fanny, which is much more interesting.
Yeah,
but I'd never heard of Fanny growing up, and I'm a big classic rock guy. I'm a big Beatles freak, and I grew up listening to classic rock radio. And then a few years ago,
you got the DVDs.
I got the. Sorry, your camera went off, but that's.
Did I just go off? Oh my gosh! Oh my goodness! How did that happen?
That's okay. We can still hear you.
Okay. All right. Great.
But up on YouTube showed up all these Beat Club. Is it Beat Club?
Yeah.
The
Beat
German.
Club.
Yeah. So, Ain't That Peculiar came up in my feed, in my algorithm, and it just knocked me out, because I was like, who the F are these girls, young ladies? This is cooking, and it's so good. And I love that I don't know how you feel about it, but I love that those videos kind of feature the before the performance, seeing you guys talking a little bit, and like.
Well, in the old days, those were the outtakes, but now they're just throwing in everything, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Do you feel weird about that, or you don't care?
I kind of appreciate that guy who like focused on my feet.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Well, it's also
Tarantino directing it.
Yeah. No, I'm part Chinese, and I know that Chinese are fixated on feet. So I'm like, that's for me very cultural.
Well, what was really trippy for me was, I don't know if you know me. I had a sketch comedy show many years. Alex, a fan, as he told me. But we had one of our more well-known sketches was a sketch called Petite Feet. And it was about how there's a guy with petite feet, and he's a guy with small feet. And in that video, there's a shot of your feet, and you hear somebody off camera going, petite feet. And it felt like one of those things where I was like, what is like the universe collapsing into itself or something?
Yeah.
But
well, I guess it's always got to be something in our Western culture. I think it's best.
Yes.
I'm just a guess. But,
so, can you just talk a little? I mean, so there's a documentary out about you guys, or it's coming out, or is it out?
It's called, yes. Well, it's out in the film fest circuit.
Okay.
So that's, I guess, how it starts out. It just showed in New York, and I was down there for that.
Alex Winter didn't direct it, did he?
Nope.
No.
Okay. I wish I had.
He did He directed a Zappa documentary. Did you ever run into that guy out there?
My goodness, I haven't seen it, but Zappa was a good friend of ours. In fact, he wanted to sign us, but we were already taken. His lawyer.
I could see that. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So.
Oh, I loved him. I loved Frank.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Great. Well,
he was a complete gentleman, and that's the thing I always say. Frank Zappa was a gentleman, regardless what you would think. It can't happen here. It can't. It sounded so zany, but this guy was a prince among men. He really was.
I
would agree. Yeah, see the doc. I'd love for you to see it.
Yeah.
Okay, I would love to. Yeah.
So, how did you guys start? Like, what's the origin story for Fanny?
The origin story is Jean and I were in high school, and she had a boyfriend actually, had a surf band. We were with two other girls playing acoustic guitars, Heat Wave on 4 acoustic guitars, which, by the way, were great.
Heat Wave!
Oh, my God.
Is this where are you in the country? Where are you?
Sacramento. So we moved from Manila to Sacramento in 1961, and that was tough. But that music bug bit, and next thing you know, we're playing in between the surf band sets in bowling alleys, like that.
Yeah.
Now we were dead, And then we all found out about this gig that everyone could audition for. See, we were using their equipment. So we all auditioned on their equipment, and the girls got the gig. So at that point, we had to get our own stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So this was late 1964.
So there couldn't have been a lot of girl groups playing rock and roll.
No, there were none.
None.
There were none that we knew of. So, we had to make up our own frame because there was no framework for it. We turned on the TV and there were, the Supremes, but they weren't playing their own instruments. I mean, that's the difference.
Yeah, yeah.
We played our own instruments and we learned how to play really well. And, we were exposed to the psychedelic thing, right? Up by San Francisco, I went to UC Davis, I went to UC Berkeley. And so we were very, Sproul Hall and the whole thing. We're very exposed to that. I saw Jimi Hendrix with the bells around his ankles. Gosh, I love that. As a girl, I love the bells around his ankles, so I made sure I did that too.
Yeah.
And by the time we got down to LA, we could play, but we didn't know how to record. And in steps Richard Perry, and he's the guy who taught us.
Richard Perry, oh my God, another monster of the business.
For the first, 3 albums, and then Todd Rundgren did the 4th.
Amazing!
Wow. Well,
you didn't know that? Where have you guys been?
This is
we're playing catch up.
Fanny backed Barbara Streisand on 2 songs on the Barbara album, which Richard produced, and we did that in 1971.
Was Rundgren difficult to work with?
He was a bit of a king. Well, all you guys, you're all kings, right? You all want to.
I'm easy to work with,
King
right?
Tim,
right?
Yeah,
He didn't want to work. He just wanted to hang in there.
I think he did a good job. And we got into the spirit of it. There are photos of us. Alice was too hot in the studio, so she took off her top, and of course, put pasties on her breast. So then we all put pasties on our breast. We had a lot of fun with him as it turned out, and he did a good album. So we have a good track record. It's just, I don't know what happened. I think that society just was not ready to admit that girls could play as good as guys. Because by the time we got down to LA, there I met Lowell George, one of my best friends. Wow. He's here right now. Skunk Baxter,
Yeah.
Jesse Davis.
Oh my God, Jesse Davis. He's on all those John Lennon records, right?
Oh, he was one of my really good friends who'd come over to Fanny Hill with his wife, and we would jam. It wasn't like he'd say, "I'm going to teach you this," or I'd say, "Blah blah blah." We just sat around and jam.
Right.
Elliot Randall, who you probably know, played the solo in "Reeling in the Years." It's so signature.
Yeah.
All those guys were really, really good to me, and they knew I needed a mentor. They were all equal mentors.
Well, you are such a great player. I mean, just the clips I've seen, like your slide work is so nice and tasty, and you're also you're singing, and like, my question, I guess, is, and this is I don't like this question. I think.
Spit it out.
But what frustrates me is, why didn't I know about Fanny? Why wasn't Fanny on the goddamn classic rock radio? Like, you guys were as good, if not better, than a lot of and I guess it's what you're saying. People weren't ready for this, female.
That's what it is. That is the only thing I can figure out. I left the band in '73, but they didn't need to stop playing the records or talking about us. Because Patty Quattro, Susie Quattro's sister, joined the band, and Bree Berry, who had been in the Svelte, she came back in, and they had their biggest hit, the Gene song "Butterboy," which we did in Sunday, by the way, in New York. So there is no other reason than the fact that the boys just couldn't give up. And let's not forget, girls weren't allowed to speak back then. So after our sets, all these kids would come running to the stage, and the boys would be ahead of the girls. They were the ones who would talk to us about how much they loved us. The girls didn't say a word, but you could see it in their eyes, right? But they did. They weren't allowed to express themselves towards Fanny the way they could towards the Beatles. You know that line? Yeah. After they played at the Ed Sullivan Theater, and the guy cleaning up, afterwards, somebody said, "How was the show?" He said, "There wasn't a dry seat in the house." Girls couldn't, express themselves.
Yeah.
Of course, Fanny, in a way that was really positive. Had they been able to do that, I think that would have made all the difference in the world. And I'm hoping now that they will. Well, they do to me, because they write to me every day, on Facebook.
Yeah. The music lives on.
By the hundreds, yeah. It's truly amazing that we did have that impact. And Felicia Collins, who played on the David Letterman show all those years. Yeah, she told me she was about 5 or 6, and she's like toddling in front of the TV, and she sees Fanny on the Midnight Hour or whatever, Midnight Special. And she points at the TV and she says, "I want to do that."
It's like the Velvet Underground thing, where you might not have been as big as Led Zeppelin, but the people that saw you, probably you influenced their lives in a major way. They went on to play music and think about being a woman in a different way.
Yeah, I read a comment under Ain't That Peculiar when it first came out from the Beat Club, and this guy writes and goes, "Oh, real music." It was, "Oh my God." And he says, "Oh my God," but that was 1971. He was crushed. He thought somebody had finally come out whom he could dig his teeth into, and he could, except we were no more.
Right. Well, I mean, you could almost, there could easily be a band vibing off of that style of, like women, because part of your brain is sort of just like, well, that can't be 1971. Like, I can't imagine women of color, all women playing rock and roll so confidently, just the best.
But we trained on Motown, all those backup parts. We knew how to do that before we got to LA. And that's a really important factor that I think people forget. They should learn those backup parts. Right. They should do things where they're doing Midnight Hour and Motown and Mavis Staples, and all that stuff to get that under their belt and get it in their DNA, because that is American music. That's what we were playing. We were playing pure American, and I still think that's our biggest and best imports.
Exports.
Exports. Sorry. And then import it back through the Rolling Stones or whomever.
So you got a new album. You have a new album coming out?
I do, and
is it rock and roll? Is it what is it?
Well, it's all of the above. It's called Snapshots. It's got a song called "The Ballad of Fanny" that I did a demo of while Fanny was happening. Do you know the guitarist Earl Slick? Have you ever heard of him?
Yeah, Alex knows him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was married to Jean, and they have a son, and they were Lee, his son, and Earl sheltered in place right here in the studio for
Eric Slick, right there. No.
Yeah. So the three of them are on 3 songs. Actually, Lee's on 4. And there are songs that I re-recorded that were written at our Rock and Roll Girls Camp. So it has it has rock and roll. It has a little bit of a country thing on the song called Girls Don't Dream. It has everything, and I'm so proud of it. I'm very excited. So it'll come out on vinyl first. I'll let you guys. Yeah.
Nice.
Good.
Yeah, I'm excited to make it feel special.
Yeah, no, you should. You should. And I encourage everybody. I've been preaching no one's listening, but I've been preaching the Fanny gospel. Maybe I don't have the audience that Bill Burr has, but Alex, you're going to get on board too now.
Yeah.
You're going to become a disciple and push it on Twitter.
Yeah.
We love and
oh, that's so great. And you guys really should come here and visit. You will be completely blown away. It's like walking to a spaceship.
I'm doing it. I got invited the other day because I did a little sit-down interview thing for this the Bob Dylan Center that's opening up in Tulsa.
Ah.
They're doing there's a center where all his archives and all his materials are going to be on display. And the guy was like, "You should come to our opening." And man, I'm like, I mean, this is what I'm going to start doing.
Yeah.
Is when people ask me to come, I'm coming.
Actually going to be there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get out in the world.
Yeah. June.
Anytime, dudes. Yeah.
Well, I just want to share, and I hope you don't mind me saying this, because Matt, I asked you to come on the show, and you're like, I checked out the show. Are you sure you want me? It's like a bunch of bros just goofing around. Well,
I'm kind of a prissy broad who's in rock and roll clothes. You know?
You are down to hang, and you are in the club. You are in our boys' club. If you want to be.
Now that I know you.
Yeah, June, it is an honor and a pleasure. Thank you for spending a little time with us this morning. And
absolutely.
I will get in touch and show up at that studio door with some tunes to lay down.
Let's do it. I'm excited about that.
All right, June. Thank you so much. Have a great Thanksgiving or holiday, or however you celebrate.
Yeah. We'll be on Thanksgiving Day. Don't forget.
Okay. Wait, what?
Thanksgiving Day
is what?
Doing the Bill Burr thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll look out for that. We don't need to promote Bill Burr any more than he already. If he wants to come on my show and promote, that's good. No, check out F is for Family on Netflix with the music of Fanny. He got there first. Damn it.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Bye.
Bye, June.
Okay.
Look at that, Doug.
That's Bill Burr.
How about that?
Okay.
Oh, that is it.
We're
Yeah.
technically first because
that's Bill Burr.
She was on our show first.
Yeah.
So we're first.
And Earl Slick played on all those Bowie records in the 70s that she was talking about.
Earl Slick's Slick's dad.
Yeah.
Who?
Earl Slick.
Eric Slick.
Oh, Eric. Sorry, Eric Slick.
Wait, no.
Is that
his
drummer of Dr.
Oh, maybe it's his dad.
That's what I'm asking.
That's what she said.
A lot of Slicks.
Oh, wow.
Out
Okay,
here.
there we go. Very slick.
Grace Slick?
No, I'm just.
No, I don't think so.
Slick isn't his real last name though, too. Actually.
I know. I'm just.
Let's take a hot header if we have one.
Delete that.
No, something's going on with it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that's what I thought.
Wait, there's one guy. I think it's that same guy from Spokane. Let's see. Spokane, you're on the air.
Well, there is no stream. Okay, Hey, hi guys. Alex, hello. Jesus. Hello.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi,
Matt.
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is Matt. But haven't heard anybody bring up Lost Boys yet.
Oh,
you were in that film.
Well, what are we going to do? Go through his whole goddamn IMDb? We're talking to June Millington from Fanny here.
I gotta say, I'm a massive fan of Ted and Bill's as well.
Stop that.
Just twist the knife.
I don't know what the
just
point
gets
of
stuck
that
in,
is.
and then they just twist it.
I don't know what the point of that is.
Put it on, Doug.
All right, I'm letting you go. I have Phil Braun here. I want to talk to.
Set.
I want to talk to. Drop
right,
this
thanks.
clown.
I'll put you back.
Let me
on,
talk to Phil Braun, and then we'll take a
to
break. Phil, this better be quick. Phil reached out to me on Twitter this morning, or he didn't reach out to me. He just made a big claim. He says that I have never before heard audio from the Let It Be sessions, which seems very surprising. Hey, Phil.
Yeah, I didn't reach out to you. I was going to reach out to TMZ Live, and then you said come out here. So
Bill Burr you look like you belong on that Catholic channel. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll get to that.
So what do you have?
But yeah, so I got, there's this big uproar about the Let It Be documentary that Peter Jackson's doing.
I don't know about an uproar. It's just coming out. Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it's a big deal. And I met a guy who had some footage, audio tape of that session that I don't think anybody's heard of, not even Peter Jackson.
Okay, I don't know why you assume that.
Well, that's because he told me that nobody's ever heard it.
Uh-huh. All right, well, let's hear it, and then we can discuss. What?
Oh.
Do you want to tell us
where he got it?
Yeah, where'd you? Do we need to know that? Do you have it?
I met a guy in Applebee's last night, and he came. He had a briefcase, and he's like, "Hey, man, you want to see what I got?" And he opened up his briefcase, and he had like one of those old TAC, like reel-to-reel
Sure.
players in there. And he said, "This is like from the Let It Be sessions."
Were you sitting at the bar at Applebee's and he just struck up a conversation next to you, or how did that go?
I was thinking the same thing.
Did you agree to meet ahead of time, or was it just?
No, he came and sat down at my booth and just started chatting.
Wow.
And
so you're sitting there solo.
Nice glow when he opens it.
Yeah, like
table for
Pulp
one,
Fiction.
and then he comes in.
You're sitting you're sitting at a booth alone at Applebee's last night.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And like he, because I was saying, well, how did you get it? And he said, I don't know if they recorded at this place called Apple. I thought it was like Apple Computers or something.
Well, they had their own studio, Apple Records.
Oh, so the Beatles own Applebee's too?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the connection. Is Applebee's is like short for Apple and Beatles kind of combined, and then they shortened it.
Wow.
I didn't know that.
Created
All
a
right, let's
restaurant.
listen to the
apparently.
audio. Let's listen to this audio, unless there's any
Yeah,
more.
so I got a few little. He let me record off of that, and I got a couple little clips of this. Pretty amazing.
You know, John, we've been beating ourselves over the head trying to come up with a good idea for this TV show.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got to do something dangerous or risky. Like maybe put it up on a rooftop and play up there live. I mean, put it up there where nobody can hear us or see us. That sounds kind of stupid, John. Yeah, that's because I'm on drugs.
Good night.
Amazing.
I think you got had, Phil.
No, I think that's a real conversation that they had.
There were such weird pauses between the two guys.
What kind of conversation is that? Yeah.
Didn't feel
I don't know. I mean,
natural.
they're in there playing, I guess, but
But that's in the trailer for the doc, though. To be fair.
Yeah. I don't know.
No,
Phil.
these are not going to. These main. I don't know if they're in the doc or not. I got another one. You want me to play another one?
Sure.
All right.
Did you pay money for this?
Yeah, $200.
Hey, Paul, you know what I was thinking? No, what? Would you ever marry a one-legged woman? No, I don't think I would ever marry a one-legged woman. Because what if I got wrapped up in some harebrained scheme and find myself up on top of a roof playing with a band while my one-legged wife loses her balance and topples over the building on the street below? Yep, that's exactly what would happen.
They sound Australian.
Wow.
Yeah, they do.
Learn something every day.
You paid $200 for those?
Well, for the license, I did. Yeah.
Well, it sounds like someone doing a crank. Some doing some a little bad
Got
impression.
any more, or is that all?
Yeah, I got like a couple more.
A couple more.
Yeah. This one was kind of revealing. I mean, this is.
Hey, Paul, I don't think I have any more good songs to play. Well, I guess that's about it for the Beatles then.
Oh, that's when they broke up.
That was it.
That's when they broke
That was the
up.
last time.
Wow.
Everybody's talking about how they broke up. I think that's pretty much it.
No.
Ironically, John then went on to have a solo career. Had lots of great songs. So interesting.
Yeah, he was. That was he. Well, yeah, he did come up with more apparently.
Yeah. All right. Well,
one more.
say again.
One more.
No. Okay, one more. We have 30
All right.
seconds.
Okay.
No more.
Take three. Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner, but he knew it couldn't last. That's kind of where I get stuck. I don't have another line to come after that one. Hey, Paul, what if I had Yoko come in and scream at the top of her lungs? No, I don't think that'd be a good idea, John.
I think Paul Paul's about to say he's going to put another shrimp on the barbie. That's not a knife.
Wow.
That's a base. All right, Phil. Well, it sounds like you've been victim to another scam. Hello. I'm afraid. Your hair is looking stupid as usual, by the way.
Did you get a haircut?
Yeah.
It looks a little shorter than last time.
I trimmed the bangs a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
Rick,
and
thanks
by
for
the way,
noticing.
if you're going to sit in front of a green screen, why don't you put something
Yeah, I
behind
know,
you?
right?
It looks very just strange.
It's kind of blinding.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Phil. Good luck to you.
All right.
Let me remind
Bye, guys.
everybody that we have
Take care,
a
Phil.
live show coming up in Los Angeles. When is that, Matt? That is
December 16th.
What?
I
can't do that.
Give me a
It's the
heart attack.
16th.
You?
No, I'm
You?
out of town. Get out. No, I'm not. We're going to be down at the Regent Theater. Holy mackerel.
Amy Mann, confirmed.
Confirmed.
Guest.
And other surprises that I do not want to reveal, otherwise we'll spoil it.
Oh,
Maron. So that's happening. We're going to take a break. Please
Office
join
Hours East this Saturday.
Office Hours East this Saturday.
Remember
Alex
this
is going to
song?
stick
Yeah,
around
I'm
after
here.
the
It's been a
break.
while.
You
Marathon
understand the
Tuesday.
drill. If you're watching us on the replay, join patreon.com/Office Hours Live for more show. I think Doug's saying goodnight for us, though, right? You're going to take off?
I got to go to a job now.
He's
so-
working construction downtown.
Yeah.
He's got to put that new crypto.com sign up.
Oh,
on that
yeah,
old
yeah.
sign.
That's good for
Swap
you.
that out.
Yeah.
We'll be right back after a few minutes with more show, more Alex Winter, and your Zooms, and much, much more. Thank you.
Thank you for listening.
Oh, Jesus.
I write just for you.
Oh, my goodness me. Oh, my God. Oh, I'm telling you. Oh, I can't believe this.
Okay. 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 Okay.